Title: I almost kissed my sister at a Halloween party without realizing it. So this happened last Halloween, and I still can't believe it. My sister Riley and I aren't exactly close. We're a year apart and always at each other's throats. But for some reason, we both got invited to the same Halloween party at this spooky old mansion called Evergrove Estate. Neither of us told the other about going, though, so we didn't know we'd be there. I went all out and wore a Phantom of the Opera costume, the classic half-mask black cape and dramatic vibes. Riley went for a gothic Masquerade Queen look with black lace, a silver-trimmed mask, and dark lipstick, which, by the way, she looked incredible. We both got there at different times and just got lost in the crowd. The mansion was a maze with tons of people in costumes and fog machines, making it impossible to figure out who was who. I was drinking with a group of vampires, and Riley was hanging with a bunch of witches, so we didn't cross paths until later in the night. Anyway, we end up bumping into each other in a quiet part of the house. I didn't recognize her right away, obviously because of the mask, and I guess the drinks made me a little foggy, but there was something about her that felt familiar. Her voice, her smile, it just clicked, but I thought it was the alcohol, so I didn't think much of it. We started talking and laughing, and honestly, I thought she was just some random girl who I was vibing with. But we had this weird energy between us. I couldn't put my finger on it. We were standing really close, and before I knew it, my hand was on her waist, and I was pulling her in a little bit, and she was leaning in too, like we were about to kiss. Then it hit me. I don't know what made me stop, but all of a sudden it was like a light bulb went off, and I realized I'd seen those eyes before. "Wait," I said, pulling back suddenly, and she looked just as shocked. "Wait," she said, looking at me confused. And then it hit us at the same time, and we both froze. Max Riley. We both stared at each other in pure horror and just stood there for a second before I started laughing nervously, like what the hell just happened? She ripped off her mask so fast it was like we both realized what almost happened at the same time, and it was the most awkward thing ever. We both started talking at the same time, like, "Oh my God, I almost," and "Why did I think you were?" And I'm just freaking out, like, "No way, this is my sister. I was about to kiss her." We were both dying of embarrassment, and I swear I've never backed away from someone so fast in my life. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like my whole brain was screaming, "Get away from her," and I just stammered, "I think we need some air or like drinks or something," because I was honestly too freaked out. She agreed, and we just basically ran out of that room as fast as possible and avoided each other the rest of the night. We agreed to never talk about it again, and honestly, I still can't believe it happened. We texted each other later that night with a simple, "Never speak of this again" message, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we're both trying to erase that from our memories.